Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Mentorship Corner. My name is Sibiano Mtandazo. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, do not forget to subscribe. To my subscribers and my notification gang, welcome back guys, and thank you so much for your continuous love and support. I've missed this actually. I've missed filming. I was on a 2 week break, I think you guys noticed, and you actually saw on my social media platforms. I decided to take a 2 week break just to reflect because it was my birthday month. And I must say it was really, really worth it. Mainly because it allowed me to tackle things that I have been intentionally avoiding to attend to, but it kind of forced me to just sort it out and get it out of the way and move on with life, you know. With that said, let's get right into today's video. I'm so excited for today's video. Today I'm going to be discussing how I spent about 24 hours without my cell phone. So that's 24 hours without phone calls, 24 hours without internet connection, and 24 hours without social media. It was tough, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really, really tough, but I did learn a couple of lessons from it, and I'm grateful that that time came in my life as early as it did, because this was like when I think it was like June or July, because it was like just when we got back to work, when it was level 3 of the lockdown. I think it was June, yeah, June, when we had just gotten back to work. I was away from home, and boom, my phone crashed, and it was a disaster which turned into a miracle. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so this is how I spent that day, guys. We're just going to walk through how I spent the day, and then I'm going to read a passage from one of the books that I'm currently reading that actually resonates with today's video, and then I'm going to share with you guys the lessons that I learned from the experience. So basically what happened was, as after my phone crashed, I realized that I was stranded. The reason why I'm saying I was stranded is because I live alone. I live alone, and I didn't really have friends. Even where I'm living at now, because I moved, I don't really have friends around the area in terms of like where I'm living. Because even like the previous complex, I didn't have friends in the complex, so I didn't really have someone to be like, okay, fine, let me go check up on them so that I can have that social interaction or anything like that. I didn't have that. So the first couple of hours were tragic, I must say. So the first 3 to 4 hours were the worst of the entire experience. The main reason for that is because I was craving human interaction so much, like so much, that I was so bored with myself, and I kept thinking, why did I drop the phone? Why did I do this? Why did I do this? Until after some time, I think after about 5 to 6 hours, I was then calmer. And because I don't have a backup phone, I don't have like a second phone, I couldn't call my family, I couldn't call any of my friends. I couldn't really do anything. I just had myself, my books, my cooking, my baking, my whatever that was in the house, for entertainment for the rest of the day. This happened on like, I think it was like a Sunday, and it was a really lazy Sunday for me, so I didn't really want to go out or anything. So I decided, let me just wait it out. Tomorrow is Monday, I'm going to work. There's a phone shop at the mall, and I can have them fix my phone tomorrow. Let's not rush into it. And man, am I grateful that I did that. So what I then decided to do after I was calm, I decided to clean my house. So I did like a proper thorough spring cleaning. If you guys know me, you'll know I'm like the lazy bunny. I am very lazy. I will always try and find the quickest and the easiest way out in any and every situation. So when I'm cleaning, I always make sure about 30 minutes I'm done. I must be done, you know. But that day I decided to take my time. I spring cleaned my house. And when I was done, I had a bit of laundry. I decided to add my curtains and my bedding. Guys, I was like on fire. I washed my curtains, washed my bedding, had everything dry up. And then I came back and then I cooked. I normally iron for the week and cook for the week on Sundays, because I know my weeks can get a bit hectic, more than I expect. And the fact that I come back at work. Now I do it more than before, because before we were knocking off at 2 and then it was 5, but now I'm back to knocking off at 6. So when I come back from work, I'm drained, I'm tired, and I really do not have energy to cook, but I'm hungry. So I generally cook and freeze my food and then just warm it as the week goes, as the week goes. And I also iron for the week. So I did that. I ironed for the week. I cooked for the week. And then when I was done, I actually had so much time on my hands. So I decided to go back and revisit my goals, which is something I hadn't done in quite some time, especially with COVID, because a lot of things just went sideways with the whole lockdown and everything. So I revisited my goals, and I was so grateful that I did, because I ticked off some of the things that I had achieved. I had to move some of my goals to next year, and so I revisited that, my goals, my goal planning, and then I adjusted a few things and set new goals, and I was good to go. And then the last thing that I did, which I was so happy about, was I read. So I normally read, I try to read about a chapter a day during the week, and then on weekends I always try to rest. But guys, I'm not perfect, so there's days where I'm really tired and I don't want to do anything, and I generally just don't do anything. But on that day I read, I think, about 2 to 3 chapters of one of the educational books that I've decided to start reading. And on that day, I actually made so many notes, and I actually gained so much knowledge, mainly because I was concentrating and I was intentional about my reading. And that for me was an eye opener. That's when I realized that cell phones are actually a distraction. Social media and the internet are actually a distraction, and you never know until you don't have those things. So now, um, what I generally do is I try to have as much time off my phone as possible, but that's going to come through on the lessons that I've learned. For now, I'm going to be reading you guys a passage. Let me get my book from Elsie Nicolette's book, What's Your Move. This is my current read. I'm currently reading this book, and so far it's been good. I read a chapter a day. I'm only on chapter 3, but I actually I came across this short passage that talks about how the internet, our cell phones, social media, and basically how convenience has changed the way we do things as this generation of humans. So I'm going to read this for you guys, and then I will share with you the top 3 lessons that I learned from spending 24 hours without my phone. This is taken from chapter 3 of the What's Your Move book. It's on page 45. So it reads, we are living in times when a slight disruption in internet connection can change our mood faster than a mother can change a diaper. If your call is placed on hold for a mere 5 minutes, all hell breaks loose. Almost everything we want is at our fingertips, waiting for us to click the confirm button. Want movies on demand? Click Netflix or Showmax. Fancy a pizza but don't want to get off the couch? Click Uber Eats or Mr. D Food. Need a pair of shoes but don't want to get caught up in the congestion at the mall? Click. We've also become quite the antisocial bunch thanks to social media. How many times have you been out with your friends but spent half the time on your phone? How many times have you been annoyed by someone who is staring at their phone while you're in the middle of a discussion? Maybe let's do a little introspection here. Ever find yourself in the middle of a really great conversation, having good laughs, kidding around, genuinely genuinely basking in good vibes, when suddenly your phone vibrates and it's a text message? Do you have an urge to just pause and take a quick peek to see who it might be or what the message is about? We should be thinking about what all this instant gratification and ever improving connectivity is really doing to us as people, and about how it is negatively affecting our habits and personalities. And it costs us a lot of money. So that's from this book. This book is a financial book, but that passage really is speaking to what I'm talking about today, which is the fact that your cell phone is actually a distraction if you do not use it wisely and if you do not use it for your benefit and your growth. So these are the 3 lessons that I learned from the experience of spending 24 hours without my phone. The first one was basically use your phone and not be used by your phone. Um, the reason why I'm saying this is because one of my mentors, she sat me down one time. We were having breakfast, and she's like, "Nomti." She calls me Nomti, Sana Lwami. So she's like, "Nomti Sana, Sana Lwami. Do you have social media?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." She's like, "Okay, why do you use WhatsApp?" And I explained. "Why do you use Facebook?" I explained. "Do you have Instagram?" "Why do you use Instagram?" I explained. And then after that, the deeper she asked the questions, the more I realized that I was actually not using social media. It was the other way around. I was just using it merely because everyone else was on social media, but I wasn't really gaining anything from it. I wasn't really learning anything from it, and I wasn't really growing anything from it for myself. So then she told me, "You know what, you should be using social media platforms to grow whatever brand you're trying to grow you as a person and to benefit from it, and not be used by your phone and not be used by social media." Which is why the first lesson that I learned, because I realized that when I didn't have social media, I was like, "Oh, what am I going to do with my time now?" That's when I realized, what's okay, no, this is not becoming an addiction. Now I'm being used here. I'm being used. This relationship, nah. So that's when I realized that you should actually use social media. You should use your phone and not be used by it. The second lesson that I learned is basically that whatever you do on your phone, make sure it is beneficial to you. Could be to your personal growth, financial growth, whatever growth you're looking to grow into. Make sure that whatever you're doing on your phone, you benefit from it. The last one, which is very, very important, that I learned, lesson that I learned, was that you must be intentional with everything that you do, and in everything that you do. For example, if you're going out with friends, so I do this now with my friends. When we're going out, I'll put my phone aside unless I'm expecting a very important call, and I'll tell them I'm going to leave my phone on the table because I'm expecting a very important call. But when I'm going out with a friend, I will literally put my phone aside and try to be intentional and be present in the moment. So those are the 3 lessons that I learned, and I think that's actually what motivated me to film today's video. It's the fact that social media, internet, our cell phones, they are such an addiction that you could actually lose out on maybe half of your lifetime or like a quarter of your lifetime just because you're busy browsing around on social media. Those people, they are living their lives, and you're out here trying to mirror that, or you out here just trying to catch up with everything that's happening. You don't have to keep up with the Jonases. You have to keep up with yourself. So with that said, guys, I love you guys a lot. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Your comments are always welcome on the comment section. I love you guys a lot. The question that you need to answer for me after watching this video is that, what are you using social media for? What are you using your phone for? If you don't have a specific reason, then just use it for calls and texting your family and friends, and put it aside until you know exactly what you want to use your phone for. I love you guys a lot. I think you guys saw we've got lighting and I bought a mic, so I'm really, really super excited to be filming content with the new equipment. Guys, before I talk too much, I know I talk too much. Anyways, I love you. Bye.